sleep, sex and food. If anything interferes with your sleep, sex and food drive, problem, big problem.
Our own mental health, our own physical health is at the bottom of the pyramid.
Give me one industry जहाँ competition नहीं है, because there's so many people and there's such little resources.
See, stress is also something which is inevitable in today's times.
In bold letters and put it out there that you are going to be stressed, need to learn to deal with it. How to identify that there is a problem in yourself, in your colleague, in your family, in your friend? What would be the primary symptoms that they would see?
So I think when it's on the self, the person knows. They know there's a burnout, they don't want to step out, they don't like their work as much, it's not exciting. They know when they're being burdened, avoiding social life and just getting... But I think in your colleagues, similar traits, what you see in yourself, you have to look out for also another person if he's not wanting to, not laughing, not talking as much, not sharing, burdened with work, running around.
Snapping?
Snapping, yes, snapping.
Our own mental health, our own physical health is at the bottom of the pyramid. Simple things. After the age of 35, as a female, getting your physical tests done, or as a male after 40 getting your blood pressure checked or doing a stress test. These are fairly normal. These have been there for donkey's years. How many people actually do that? What you're talking is mental health. It is really, really at the bottom of the pond.
See, some people are, taught to do this when they are a child. तुम्हें भूख लगी है, you feel like eating more, then they'll think कि हाँ क्या मुझे भूख लगी. But people who don't do that growing up ना, कि क्या मुझे stress हो रहा है. If you don't ask yourself that as a child, then you don't know as an adult. And then you just find yourself being like, start getting into the self-blame, self-deprecation, वो masochistic thought वगैरह होने लगता है. But I feel if anybody didn't know what it looks like when, your mental health is getting messed up, अगर बहुत बड़ा problem है, sleep, sex and food. If anything interferes with your sleep, sex and food drive, problem, big problem.
Oh, cool.
Right, simple. Evolutionarily important है. अगर वो नहीं हो रहा है तुमसे, तो तुम्हारा evolution इधर रुकने वाला है. Like that's where this is going.
So this, you realize that your colleague is not sleeping well.
More than your colleagues looking into it, the family has to reach out and understand कि अच्छा this has been going on for long. 1 day, 2 day, 1 week, and when it's exceeding an n number of duration and opposite to a personality trait that you have. If they see that, oh, you are a talkative person, suddenly you are in a loom and you're always quiet, and they can identify, they can address it, they can talk it out. If it's dealt with in the home scenario, I think that's the best thing. But if not, then yes. How much colleagues will reach out, we don't know, but yeah, they can always keep a lookout for each other.
People spend much more time with their colleagues than they do with their families. So,
see, stress is also something which is inevitable in today's times.
I thank you. Let's highlight that in bold letters and put it out there that you are going to be stressed, need to learn to deal with it.
Yes, absolutely. You cannot take away stress from today's schools, colleges, study, work life, married life, children upbringing. I think it's everywhere. The best thing is to empower yourself and become mentally strong.
But the thing is that identification, we need to build the skill in for the person to do it themselves. Because that we don't teach, and that is the most important, because people mask really well.
हाँ सब ठीक है.
Yeah, सब वो हमें करना आता है ना, क्योंकि वो सिखाया है कि हाथ जल गया है फिर भी नहीं, रोटी खाओ तुम, मेरा कुछ नहीं हुआ. You've learnt that. So now to undo it also, you'll either have to learn कि how you don't hide your stuff, और and अगर हम onus बाहर ही डालते रहेंगे ना यार, तो वो इंसान का अलग सीन है, right? मैं क्यों देखूं मेरे कॉलीग को क्या टंटा है? I'm having a difficult time. As a community, we're anyway becoming shrinking, becoming more individualistic in nature. But the thing is, if we want to change this, then we can't put the onus on the community first. First, it has to be within the person. And for that now, people don't know symptoms of what a mental health disorder is. People don't know कि interest, enthusiasm, सवेरे उठकर भी थकान महसूस होना, wakefulness. If there's a problem in your enthusiasm, if there's problem in your mood, if there's problem in your interests, this is what a symptom of mental health illness looks like. We tend to just normalize it so
Sweep
much.
it under the carpet.
Yeah, वो normal है, ये normal है, लेकिन वो normal नहीं है. And that's, अगर वो awareness ही नहीं build होगा, part of the problem, then people inevitably take lesser help. So do we want to wait till a problem happens? Is that the kind of learning, is that what we are teaching? कि एक जलने तो दो हाथ तुम, देखो तो क्या होता है.
So what you're saying basically is we need something like a mental health flu shot.
But you know, I think the main problem is only in these places. There's a most glorified word which is competition. It starts from your mother telling you to compete with the child next door, your teacher telling you to get your grades up, you are forever competing with other colleagues. I think one has to know their own capacity. We feel, oh, he is able to do that. It's not in my capacity, but I want to try and reach that. They don't know that that's his caliber. This is your caliber. That is where we are breeding and, you know, pressurizing. How do we unlearn that?
But that is capitalism at work. Because the problem is कि हमें जॉब के लिए compete करने की जरूरत नहीं होनी चाहिए. सबके पास जॉब होना चाहिए. This is the
Idealistic society, darling.
Idealistic नहीं है ये. The problem is that there are thousands and lakhs of people. Give me one industry जहाँ competition नहीं है. One industry. कुछ नहीं है. हर जगह competition है because there's so many people and there's such little resources कि हमें सिखाया जाता है कि तुम दौड़ो वरना your life, your career, the fact that you're not crawling right now means you'll never amount to, like you'll never have your house, you'll never have basic things. तुम्हें खाना, job, पैसा, बीवी, life, खुशी नहीं मिलेगी, vacation जाने नहीं मिलेगा. ये सब like लोनावला जाने के लिए मुझे crawl करने का इतना जल्दी जरूरत क्या है? But the point is, this is a more deep-rooted problem. This is not like mental health can't solve it. Some things are social. And we can't always keep putting the blame on the person कि नहीं तुम सही करो. You are approaching this in this way, that way.
Let's get into the little more specifics. Some take homes.
What I have seen works with people is they use different mechanisms. Like somebody will resort to talking. Conversation is primary. Therapy works. If you're not able to reach out to a family member or a colleague, please, we are in modern times, there are no judgments, we are in big cities, and even if you are in a small city now, education is widespread. You can take online therapies, you can reach out to somebody who you think will help in your workspace, in your family, reach out to friends, reach out to like-minded people or your subordinates. Talking is primary, then of course your skills. What you have developed over the period of years from your childhood. Like for somebody running, going for a run helps, somebody swimming helps, somebody music or playing a sport helps.
Hobby.
Hobby, yes, hobby.
The three areas which stress will show in is sleep, food and sex. So keep in mind when any of these routines are changing, especially family members as well as yourselves. And then there are a lot of other strategies that we can use that we've discussed through this entire podcast that you can use.
If we were to quickly summarize ways in which you can identify that there is a problem, I would say कि एकदम basic rule of thumb is मजा नहीं आ रहा, seek help. If you feel that your professional life isn't satisfactory, your career, your relationships, any field, if you are feeling dissatisfaction, if your quality of life you feel is going low, मुझे 10 चीजें करनी है, मैं एक ही कर पा रहा हूँ या कर पा रही हूँ, that is a problem. You might not be able to, and also जरूरी नहीं है कि एकदम miserable हो जाने के बाद ही you seek help.
Please watch our full podcast on mental health at workplace on our YouTube channel, Interact with Health. Please like, share and subscribe. And comment us if you have any unique ways that you deal with on stress. Thank you.